Hi, my name is Nanette Hartley, and I am the Physical Science Coordinator at TTC. Welcome to the Safety Lab video for the Open Labs at Trident Tech. The Open Labs are a new thing for us. We are giving you a fixed lecture time with an instructor that grades all your materials, and then you can attend lab at many times during the week. Labs are Monday through Thursday, either 8 to 11 a.m., 11:30 to 2:30 p.m., or 3 to 6 p.m., as long as that does not overlap with your lecture. In order to attend an open lab, you must first watch the safety video, which you are doing right now, so congratulations. Once that is complete, you can take the safety quiz. You have 3 opportunities to pass that quiz with greater than 85%. If you have to take it more than one time, you will only have to retake those types of questions you did not do well on. If you need to take it more than twice, you will have to speak to your instructor before you take it the third time. After you score more than 85%, then you will see the Lab 1 sign up in D2L, as shown here on the left. You need to have completed the quiz and sign up for Lab 1 by Wednesday, so you can complete Lab 1 by Thursday of the first week. Normally, you must score more than 60% on the pre-lab quiz to be able to see the sign up for a given lab. This is not required for paper labs or those that are done in ALX, the virtual labs in the schedule. For all labs after week 1, the pre-lab should be taken and lab signups completed by Friday at midnight. You cannot sign up for more than one lab in the same lab period, but you can sign up for more than one lab in a given day, as long as the labs do not overlap with your lecture. I will have to check to be sure you have completed the pre-lab with a passing score, that you are signed up for a lab that does not overlap your lecture, and that the lab does not contain more than 16 people. For safety reasons, labs cannot contain more than 16 people, so if there are more than 16 people sign up, I will have to contact you to try and reschedule some folks. That is why the sign-up form asks for your contact information. As you can see from the images in the middle and on the right, the sign-up form asks for you section number, the instructor, the date you want to do the lab, the time and day of the week you want to do the lab, and then your contact information. Each lab has its own sign-up form, so we can keep track of the sign-ups for each lab individually. Students are responsible for sign-up to the labs. You will get reminders on the calendar for the course to sign up for the labs, and you will get reminders if you have not clicked on the sign-up form for the lab. Per departmental policy, the lab is a required component to pass the class. You must do all labs to pass the class. You are required to attend the time you signed up for, unless you have a documented emergency. You are sick and have a doctor's note, there is a death in the family, something like that. And you can notify your instructor within 24 hours of the time you should have attended the lab. This should be the exception, not the rule. Failure to notify your instructor will result in a 0 on the lab and the post-lab assignment. If you notify us, we can get you rescheduled. You need to show up prepared to perform the experiment. That means the following. 1. You have read the lab instructions and are prepared to do the lab with no instructions from the person manning the lab. These labs are meant to be done by the student, not the instructor. 2. You are prepared to scan into the lab using your student ID, or you have your student ID number with you. You can get a student ID in the hub. You cannot sign into the lab without your student ID. 3. You are prepared to record your data. That means you have a pen to write with. All lab data must be recorded in ink. 4. You also need to have the data tables from the lab manual for the lab you are performing. You need to write on those data tables, not scratch paper. The lab instructor is required to initial and date those pages before you leave to indicate you did the experiment on the date and time you were signed up for our records. This is a legal requirement in the sciences, so you must build this habit into your lab work. 5. You must be appropriately dressed. That means goggles, eye protection must be worn in the laboratory at all times when anyone in the lab is working with chemicals, even if that is not you.